Welcome everybody, Joe Marquez here from the Sons of Technology to talk to you a little bit about a CSV Zoom hack that will allow you to pre-arrange breakout rooms with your students linked to those breakout rooms before you even have to schedule a Zoom meeting. Now, when would you want to do this? Well, let's say that you are introducing your students to a topic about the Earth seasons and the phases of the moon, so the Earth-Moon system and how that affects Earth here. And you want your students to be able to work on this in an asynchronous manner. Well, I created a Google slide deck, and then in this slide deck, I have pasted links to student-paced Nearpods. So this is a student-paced Nearpod of the seasons, of the moon, of the Earth's tides. Now, yes, you can put each of those into a Google Classroom or into your LMS, but I find it in one location that makes it easier for the students to select. Now, you may even have more to talk about with your students. So with the great Nearpod add-on, I can easily turn this slide deck into another student-paced slide deck. So the students can go through this, answer all the questions, learning about how the Earth moves and rotates and everything that you wanted, but they would also have this selection screen. Now, this is a little bit interesting because you can actually put a Nearpod within a Nearpod. I call this the Nearpod Inception. So if the student wanted to know more about the seasons, they would click there and choose the seasons. And it will take them right to another student-paced. And they can join this lesson, and then they can learn about the seasons of the Earth. And then when they close out of that, they can go right back to your linear session. So let's say you assign this on Monday, and you said, okay, students, go through this student-paced Nearpod. I want you to select either the Earth seasons, the phases of the moon, the Earth's tides, lunar eclipses, or solar eclipses. And I want you to learn about one of those topics. And we will discuss them in groups in our next Zoom meeting. And then you tell your students, when you are done with this, I want you to fill out this form. So you would give this form to your students in Google Classroom or through an email. And then what you would do is this. You would give them the link to this Zoom or to this Google form, and they would fill it out. And it's super simple. All you're asking is, which topic did you select? So let's say phases of the moon. And what is your email? And then they hit submit. And what does that do? That is going to give us a nice little file of all of the different students and what they've filled in. So I have one here already filled in. Now, here's a couple things you need to know about the form. Number one, this only works if they are limited to responding once. So always select limit to one response so that they can't choose Earth and phases of the moon. That will mess up the creations of the rooms. So that's number one. You could select collection of email addresses, but I don't. And the reason I don't is because the email address in the resulting spreadsheet needs to be after what selection they made. You can easily copy and paste the sections, but I'm trying to make this as easy as possible. So I always have it where you select the topic, which are going to become our Zoom rooms, our breakout rooms, and then you have them select their email. And that email has to be the email that they are utilizing in the Zoom. So most likely, if you're at a school and you have those Zoom accounts, they're going to be utilizing their school-issued Gmail accounts for that. Now, what can we do here? Well, the first thing I want to do is you're not going to use this because we need to delete this timestamp column. And in a live form, it will not let you delete that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come down here where it says Form Responses. I'm going to right-click and select Duplicate. Once I've selected Duplicate, now I'm in this new one. I'm going to delete column A. So I'm left with the first column being what topic did you select? And again, that is going to be the name of our Zoom rooms. And then what is your email? Again, this is the email that they are using to log in to their Zoom account. Now, what are you going to do with this? Well, the first thing you're going to do is you're going to right click or you're going to go to File and go Download as CSV file. That's comma-rated separate values, comma separated values. And it's going to give you this link right down here. Now what you're going to do is you're going to create or schedule your Zoom room. Now, This has to be done off of the website, the Zoom website. You cannot use this out of here, because if you click schedule here under advanced options, there is no option to pre-create and pre-assign Zoom rooms. It's not available there. So what you cannot utilize the app for this. You have to utilize your meetings in your actual website, your zoom.us website. You're going to select schedule meeting right here. Now, once you've scheduled this meeting, you're going to come down, you're going to select your time, you're going to do all of that stuff. You're going to come down here and say breakout room pre-assign right here. When you select that, you're going to hit import from CSV. So I'm going to browse to find that file. And I believe the file was titled Zoom Planet. So I'm going to scroll all the way down. There it is, Zoom Activity. I'm going to click Open. It instantly creates the rooms of what topic did you select, right? Earth, seasons, phases of the moons. And it instantly assigns those students to those rooms. How neat is that? And then you hit Save, and you're done. And then once you're there, you've already had the 5 breakout rooms created, and you're ready to go. So now you're going to hit Save and start this meeting. I'm going to go ahead and open my Zoom room so you can see that occurring. So here we are in our Zoom room, and I can come down to breakout rooms, and you can see they're already created. Now watch what happens. As soon as students start coming in, they will be allowed to join. They will automatically be placed in the room that they had selected. So once we come in, I'm going to go ahead and find that meeting ID again. Here it is. And I'm going to join with my other account so that I'm not crossing the streams. In Ghostbusters, they told you never cross your streams, never cross your Zooms. And because I already have my app open with this account, I'm going to join from my browser. I'm going to put in my name. I am not a robot. And I'm going to join. And I have my rooms always set up with a waiting room. You never know what's going to happen. And so I'm going to admit myself into the room. And now I'm in. And if it recognizes my email, it will automatically place me into the rooms. And the great thing is it automatically places them into the rooms or assigns them to the rooms, but it is not going to put them in right away. Not until you select Open All Rooms. And it must not have triggered my email. That's why it has that right there. Now, you may be asking, well, what's the need for this? Now that Zoom has opened up select your own room, why can't we just create the rooms and let the kids select? Well, there's a couple things. Number one, it only works if your students and you, the educator, have Zoom 5.31, the newest version of Zoom, installed on your device. So if the students are being required to update on their own, they may not have. If you don't have it being pushed out automatically. So they may be behind in a version. So they will not be able to select their own room. If your students utilize Chromebooks, it only works on the app. So that app does not work on the Chromebook. So all of your Chromebook students, they would not be able to select the rooms. This way, as long as they are logging into the Zoom with that account, that email account that they provided you, they will automatically be placed into that room. So thank you for watching. Hope this really helped you figure out a way to automatically get students placed into a Zoom room for the breakouts. Oh, but wait, there's more. Once they are already in the Zoom rooms, one of the greatest things to do, because you want to make sure that they're staying on task, is to have them start a jigsaw. So you can have a space discussion jigsaw. So if you're in the Earth Seasons room, here is your file. If you're in the planets, there is your file. So these are all great ways to have the kids now in the rooms creating their own slide so they can then present to the rest of the class. And it also holds them accountable to make sure they're not just sitting in the room goofing off. So Again, what did we do? We sent them on a Nearpod adventure, and then we had them select which topic they researched. We took that topic and turned it into a CSV file. We then downloaded that CSV file, and then we uploaded it to our scheduled meeting, and that automatically created breakout rooms for us to be able to send our students to their selected topics. And we said now they have an activity that they will be completing in that Zoom room with a collaborative jigsaw. So thank you so much for listening today, and thank you so much for everything you do in whether it's your classroom or class Zoom, everything you're doing to meet the needs of our students during this trying time. Thank you so much, and I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful day.